Okay, so in this video I'm going to have a look at deriving the Laplace transform for cos kt. So I have the formula, or the definition here if you like, for the Laplace transform. That's the integral of e to the power minus st times the function f of t with respect to t. We will also be using this here. It's just integration by parts. So we want to find the Laplace transform of cos kt. That's going to be equal to the integral from 0 to infinity of, I'll put the cos first, cos kt times e to the power of minus st. And that's all with respect to t. Okay, so we're going to use integration by parts here. We have the trig function first and the exponential function second. So let's let u equal to the trig function, which is cos kt. So du dt. If you differentiate cos, you'll get minus sine kt. And then you've got to differentiate kt as well to give you k. So that just gives us du is equal to minus k sine kt dt. So we've also got to let dv then, this part here, equal to whatever is left, and that is e to the power of minus st. So let's integrate both sides. That will give me v on the left hand side. On the right hand side, again, I'll get minus 1 over s e to the power of minus st. Now, I did the reasoning for this in the previous video where I did the Laplace transform for sine kt. So you can have a look at that if you like. Okay, so let's move on. So we're going to have, let's see, the integral from 0 to infinity of cos kt e to the power of minus st dt is equal to, so we've got to do uv first of all. This is integration by parts. So u we can see here is cos kt. So it's cos kt. Got to multiply that by v, which is here. That's just minus 1 over s e to the power minus st. And then we've got to subtract the integral of v du. So v again is this one here. So it's minus 1 over s e to the power minus st times du, and du is this here. So it's minus k sine kt dt. Okay, so what we've got to do now is just simplify this whole thing. I'm leaving out the limits for the moment. I'll put them in at the end. So let's see, we end up with, so we have cos kt times minus 1 over s e to the power minus st. So I'm just going to put the minus 1 over s e to the power minus st first, and the cos kt second. Now we've got to look at all of this here. So let's look at the signs first. We've got a minus times a minus times a minus. So that's going to give us minus here. Now let's see what constants we have. Well, we have a 1 over s here and we have a k here. So we can take those outside the integral sign. So that'll just give me k over s. And that's going to be the integral of e to the power of minus st times sine kt dt. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to take this part of our solution here. We're going to take that down here and we are going to integrate it by parts. So let's do that. So we have, let's see, we have the integral of e to the power minus st. Well, actually what I'll do is I'll put the sine kt first again. So sine, we'll put the trig function first, sine kt, and that's multiplied by e to the power of minus st. And that is with respect to t. So we want to do this. So again, we have to, let's see, we're going to let u equal to sine kt and let dv equal to e to the power of minus st. So let's differentiate here. So it's du dt is equal to, well, if you differentiate sine, you get cos. So it is k times cos kt, because you've got to differentiate this part as well. So du is equal to k times cos kt dt. Let's integrate both sides here. So we'll get v here, and over here again we'll get minus 1 over s e to the power of minus st. Okay, so let's just substitute these in. So again, here we have the integral of sine kt times e to the power minus st dt is equal to u times v. Well, u is sine kt, v is this here, so it is minus 1 over s e to the power minus st minus the integral of v du. Well, v again is minus 1 over s e to the power minus st du, which is this here, so it is k cos kt dt. Okay, so let's just try simplifying this. So we have, let's see, I'm going to put the minus 1 over s e to the power minus st first. So minus 1 over s e to the power minus st, that's multiplied by sine kt. Now, what I'm going to do here is just simplify all of this. I'm going to do the signs first again, so minus times minus is plus. I'm going to look for constants here. I've got a 1 over s and I've got a k here. So again, as before, I can take those outside the integral sign. So I've got k over s times the integral of e to the power of minus st, and I have this left, so I've got cos kt dt. Okay, so the plan now is to combine my two results. Remember, this here is just the integral of this part here. So I'm going to substitute that in here, and then I've got to include this as well, of course. So let's put all that together. So the integral from 0 to infinity of e to the power of minus st cos kt dt is equal to minus 1 over s e to the power of minus st cos kt minus k over s times all of this here. Okay, so this is where we are at the moment. We have the Laplace transform of cos kt, which is here, but you may also notice that we have it out here as well. So what I'm going to do is substitute the Laplace transform for cos kt for the letter I. So that will leave me with I here is equal to minus 1 over s e to the power of minus st cos kt minus k over s times minus 1 over s e to the power of minus st sine kt plus k over s times I. Now what I'm going to do is just try to isolate I, get I on its own, and that will give me the Laplace transform for cos kt. So the first thing I'm going to do is just multiply out this bracket here. So we have, let's see, we have I is equal to minus 1 over s e to the power minus st cos kt minus times minus here is going to give me plus k over s squared, and that's times e to the power of minus st sine kt. We have minus times plus, which is minus. Got k squared on the top, and we have s squared on the bottom, and that's times I. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this term here with I in it and bring it over to this side here. So that'll give me I plus k squared over s squared times I is equal to everything else that's left. So let's just factorize out the I here. So we have, let's see, we have I 1 plus k squared over s squared is equal to, and again just all of this. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to add these two fractions. So I've got I, common denominator here would be s squared, so that will leave me, this is over 1 here, so that will leave me with an s squared up here and a k squared here, and again that's just equal to all of this. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to get I on its own here. In other words, I'm going to divide both sides by this term here. So I is going to be equal to, well, we just got to flip this upside down. So we've got s squared on the top, we've got s squared plus k squared on the bottom, and then that's all multiplied by all of this here. The next step I'm going to do is I can see that I've got a minus 1 over s e to the power of minus st here, and I have one here as well, so I'm just going to factorize that out. So I've got s squared over s squared plus k squared times minus 1 over s e to the power of minus st. That'll leave me with cos kt here, and then minus minus will give me the plus here, and I want to take out a 1 over s here, which will leave me with k over s, and also then the sine kt. Okay, so my next step here is just to take out this minus 1 over s here. So let's do that. So we have I is equal to, well, if I bring out this minus, it'll just be minus, but the s will divide into this s squared. So we're just left with s on the top, and it's s squared plus k squared on the bottom. Now that's all going to be multiplied by e to the power of minus st times cos kt minus k over s sine kt. Okay, so at this stage I think it's about time we dealt with the limits. So we have a 0 here and we have an infinity here. These are all constants, so I don't have to worry about those. So I'm just going to write those down again. Minus s over s squared plus k squared. But what happens when we apply our limits? Well, let's apply infinity first. If I put infinity in here, I'll just get 0. Or in other words, if I find the limit of e to the power minus st as t goes to infinity, I will get 0. That's because e to the power of minus st is 1 over e to the power of plus st. So the denominator will just get bigger and bigger and bigger, or tend towards infinity. So the fraction itself will tend towards 0. So that will dominate this entire expression here. So you've got to subtract what we get when we put in 0. So if we put in 0 here into t, we will just get e to the power of 0, which is 1. The cos of 0 here is just 1 as well, so it's 1 times 1. And the sine of 0 is 0, so this will just go to 0. So we'll have 1 times 1, which is 1. And if you like, the minus 0 for the sine of 0. So let's see, what we end up with is, well, the zeros we don't have to worry about. We have a minus 1 here, so minus minus is plus. So we just end up with s over s squared plus k squared. And this is our Laplace transform for cos kt.